and welcome to this model. My name is Hamza and I am here to help guide you through this model, working at the command line. When you're ready, we have got a bit of work to do at our command line. As we go through these courses, we're working towards our Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator. In particular, the objectives that we are looking at within this module include identifying the components of Linux that a particular file might belong to. We will be looking at how we can log into our graphical and our text consoles. We will be looking at some of our basic file managements of creating, copying, moving, renaming, deleting files. We will be looking at identifying different file types, so looking at how we can list our files and identify from that listing the different files types that we have. To finish off, we will be looking at managing our links. These can be hard or soft links or hard and simple links, as they sometimes call it. The first thing we will be looking at is our consoles and looks at how we can log in. This will both be on physical consoles, but is going to be especially easy on server 2, where we don't have a graphical environment to work with. Even in the graphical environment, we still have our consoles. We have two types of consoles. We have got our physical TTYs, which are not so obvious, but we'll look at how we can access our physical TTYs. But also, if we go through and open up a terminal from our desktop, we are in fact opening up a sudo, or if you like, a pretend TTY. We will be looking at that and looking at the commands we can use to list our terminal. But within the real world, mainly we're connected remotely to our servers, so we'll be using a PuTTY client or a remote client on Windows to connect via SSH. That again is going to give us a pseudo terminal when we're logging on. In Linux, both the username and password are case sensitive, so be very careful about the case sensitive of your login name. Very often we create our lowercase user names just to make it easy, but if you have got a mixed case name, then you are going to have to log in the mixed case. Usernames and passwords are case sensitive. We're going to jump into our first demo now. We're going to start accessing consoles in CentOS 7. We will be using the graphical login screen, so our graphical display management. We'll also be looking at SSH login. We can do this both from Linux to Linux as well as from Windows to Linux. We'll be looking on the server at our physical consoles and seeing how many different physical consoles we might have. When you're ready, we will see you again right on our CentOS 7 machine.